Hi, good morning guys. Margaret isn't here yet. She's late today. I'm not quite sure what she's doing, but we will wait around for her. She's very important.
Wait for me! I'm coming!
Hey Abby. Wow. You never sit. Wow.
Hi.
I like that costume too.
Thanks. It's a toilet, in case you didn't know.
I
Look
see
at
that.
this.
And a plunger on your head and everything.
Sorry, let me tuck my legs under. Anyways, where were we? Did you start yet?
No.
No? Okay.
I wanted to wait for you.
Oh, perfect. Let's do it from the top.
Okay.
Ready? Good morning, Collective Kids!
And welcome to Sundays with Ziggy. I'm Abby.
I'm Margaret.
This is Ziggy.
And coming to you live, this is my new friend. Her name is Sloan. Ziggy actually met her on his vacation. Remember, he was in Africa visiting his family. And so, yeah, he called me the one day and was like, Margaret, I made a new best friend. Can she come and live with us? And guys, you know me, right? Of course I'm going to say yes. She is a sweetheart. She's so soft. Have you felt how soft she is? She's always smiling. She just puts a smile on my face. So yeah, Sloan has been living with me. So cool. Love her.
So cute.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Sloan. That's Ziggy. I'm Margaret.
I'm Abby.
That's Abby. You know. That's how it is.
How have you been?
It's been fantabulous. I've been trying to find new words. Because I'm always fantastic or excellent.
Right. Fantabulous.
Yeah, it's like a fun little doodad.
Yeah.
To go with my toilet.
It's a Margaret word.
It is.
All right. Should we get into the video?
Let's do it. What do we got this week?
So, it's a new month. So, our focus this month is running the race and committing to it. So, committing means making a plan and putting it into practice. Running doesn't have to be the only example of this. For me, personally, I'm not a huge fan of running. Tried it many times. It's just not my thing.
I'm like the kind that like falls and stumbles and rolls. That's what I
don't
do.
quite do that. I just feel super out of breath, like I can't breathe, and it's not my thing. I'm not sure if you guys are into running or not, but I'm
Have
sure.
you met our boys?
Yeah.
They always be running.
Yeah. But I'm sure if I motivated myself and trained, and I can make it fun somehow, and I can possibly do it. But anyways, this week we'll be reading from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 with Apostle Paul. Just like we need to train to run a race, there are things that we can do to grow stronger in our relationship with God, and we need a training plan and we need practice. So let's check out this video.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I don't know why I do that every single time.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story inspired by the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, verses 24 through 25.
Did you know that some writers of the Bible talk sports? Well, not every sport, but at least one that you are familiar with. Yep, running. Running has been around ever since God created people. In fact, the Apostle Paul uses running as an example in one of his letters to the church in Corinth.
In a race, all the runners run, but only one gets the prize. You know that, don't you? So run in a way that will get you the prize.
Now, Paul is talking about more here than just running, but first you have to understand what it takes to run a long race. Let's say you want to run a marathon. That's 26.2 miles. There's no way you can just hop up off the sofa where you've been playing video games for months and run that far. So, You need a plan. When I was preparing for my first marathon, I found this plan. I started training more than 4 months ahead of the race, and I started with just a few miles at a time. Once you've got a plan, well, then you gotta move. That means short runs, long runs, and cross-training to work other muscles and prevent injury. Next up, you've got to fuel. Plenty of water, of course. Plus, you need healthy carbs for your long runs like bananas. And maybe some spaghetti and meatballs. What's the last part of your training? Get ready for it. Rest. If you don't rest and let your body recover, you'll get burnt out or injured. The last few days before a marathon, you don't even run at all. Yeah, running a long race is no joke. But Paul says what we're doing right now, you and me, is even more important.
All who take part in the games train hard. They do it to get a crown that will not last. But we do it to get a crown that will last forever. So I do not run like someone who doesn't run toward the finish line. I do not fight like a boxer who hits nothing but air.
Paul packs a lot of weight into just a few sentences. Whether you planned it or not, we are all running a race right now. Okay, so that's a little crazy. Clearly, I'm standing here talking to you, and you aren't outside running laps either. But Paul is talking about a way of life, a journey. We're all focused on the finish line, life forever with Jesus, but in the meantime, every step along the way is important as we live out what matters most. Jesus reminded his followers,
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yep, love God, love others. That's what matters on this journey together. But just like you can't skip from jogging 1 lap around the school gym to running a 26.2-mile race, you're gonna need some practice. Your Love God, Love Others marathon needs a training plan. Now, none of us have it all figured out, but here are 4 important things to start with. In fact, you may already be doing some of them. First point, hear. God is the master teller of this amazing story. He's the author of this whole race, so the most important thing is learning to hear from God. That means digging into God's Word and hearing the stories and wisdom from people who walked with Him. And you can also hear from God from people around you in your life who know and follow Him. Now, here's the second step in training for our Love God, Love Others marathon. Pray. Okay, when you hear pray, you might think,
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Truth is, you don't need fancy words to pray. You can talk to God anytime, anywhere, about anything, just like talking to your mom or your best friend. Now let's take a look at point 3 in our training plan. Talk. Hello out there! Tell other people what God has been up to in your life, what's changing, how you're learning to love others better. And here's the final point in your Love God, Love Others training plan. Live. Live for God. Let His love fill up every part of your life, at home, at school, at church, even when your dad makes you stop reading your book to play a game with your little sister. Hear, pray, talk, live. That's how you practice loving God and loving others. As Paul wrote, so run in a way that will get you the prize. We do it to get a crown that will last forever. And when you do, you will live out Paul's wisdom to the Corinthians and win the race.
Well, that was a great story.
Sorry.
Paul talked about what we need in order to run a long race. And it doesn't necessarily mean like a physical race, but like you've got a project that you need to do from start to finish. That could be a race against time. Or you've got a physical race, whether it's in school. Maybe you're on a track team or you're playing tag with a friend or something. or in his case, a meaningful relationship with God. That was what Paul was talking about, was his race, was having a meaningful relationship with God. And he had a ton of great points that can help not only us, but you guys too. Yeah. And so I hope that you were able to find some things that you are able to actually do to create that relationship with God. Our bottom line for the story today is keep practicing what matters most. Not practice absolutely everything you have to be amazing at everything, but what matters the most. And I think that's the key takeaway from the story this week is you want to do what's more important. Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff. And remember, you're not alone, right? You've got Miss Abby, you've got me, you've got your mom or your dad or cousins and grandparents and siblings and friends and Pastor Jason and everybody. You've got so many people that are just here for you. And I want you to know that. We're here to cheer you on. I'm a really good cheerleader.
It's the best.
Go, you, whatever it is that you want to do. Like, just do it. I know you can do it. You guys are smart, and I love it. I love it. And God's always there for you to cheer you on too. Sometimes you might not be able to hear him, but he is doing it. Yeah. And I think that's important to remember, is even if you don't feel like it, he's doing it. I can hear him in my head. I feel like he's like, choo, 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 with like the little pom-poms. Yeah. Love it. That's how I picture it in my head anyways. Yes. Let's thank God this week. Let's ask him for some strength. Yeah. That's all I've got. I'm done.
So we miss you guys. We love you a lot, and we can't wait to be together soon, hopefully.
Yep.
But until then, we will
catch you on the flip side.